back to another episode of World of Tanks with Giddy Titan, and we're here on steps in the TVP VTU, the tier 8 Czech medium tank. And here we will see an example on the enemy team, fortunately, this particular occasion, where what happens when you don't cover a flank, and what happens, why camping at the back actually doesn't really work. Certainly not on this map. Because it's essentially by the time you're, so say if you're at the back, by the time you get to see people, it's too late. You'll be up against too many tanks, and you'll be visible to tanks that are not in your spotting range. So both sides are dominated by heavy tanks. They have probably slightly about the same number of mediums. They've got more tank destroyers than we do. We probably have more heavy tanks. Now I'm initially pulling up here. Our light tank is being excessively cautious. The enemy tank has been light tank has been reasonably cautious as well. Now he did get spotted, so it behooved him to pull back, but you can actually get to that line of bushes in the middle without being spotted. Now I think what happened is both light tanks took the same approach and spotted each other, and then just pulled back and didn't make any subsequent attempt at spotting. The enemy have not put enough tanks into the 9 line, and therefore we are in a very strong position to, well, at least I am, to scout from this location, because I have no danger of tanks flanking me on my right. That's taken care of by the medium tank and light tank that are excursioning up there on the right flank, and the follow-up of 2 heavy tanks and a tank destroyer. There is 1 enemy heavy tank, but I mean, you know, 1 against what, 5 isn't good odds, and it allows me to prowl along the edge of the map here and scout these locations without too much risk. So we've spotted the Tiger. We spotted one of the tank destroyers earlier on. We decided to pull back, and there is one of the tank destroyers now up at the back on high ground, where it can be seen from quite a long way away, and decides to reverse. Then changes their mind and does something much more sensible, which is driving forward. Because A, you're faster, and B, he's getting down into lower ground behind the railway line, where he's got a much better chance of escaping. And then we have a second Yak Panther revealed, also on high ground at the back of the map, and I've tracked him, which is great because I now get the tracking damage as well. And he's gone. So now we're just rolling up the back end of the enemy position. We pretty much have the game won at this stage if we wanted to. Basically, if somebody went into the cap circle after that Tiger's been dealt with, the game is pretty much ours. But we're also closing the enemy into a very tight single quadrant of the map, and this is going to be followed up by even more closure, because we're also 4 tanks up now. One of the Yak Panthers has gone over there, which is a good enough spot in the sense that he's got a bit of damage in on me at any rate. But again, untenable position, not enough support, and too many people closing in on the position all at once. The heavy tank, the 705 that went down the centre of the enemy heavy tank, he's advanced too far, and it's on the centre. It's not a great location in the early game. Again, you're just vulnerable from too many different directions. Now the 705 is such a tough tank, he will last till practically the end of the game. This guy runs away, which is sensible enough, but makes the mistake of stopping in the open where I can still shoot him, instead of actually getting into proper cover, and then turning around, whereas he might have had a chance to get the shot off before I get to shoot back. I mean, I don't have a great aim time on this thing. Charioteer is also likewise in an untenable location on high ground, where it can be observed from a lot of the map, and again, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And the enemy now are down to 4 tanks, all in the bottom corner of the map, and just everybody's closing in really rapidly, as fast as they can, really. And their so we say the time they last is more of a factor of the tier of the tank. Although in the case of the defender, the sheer toughness. Bounce a shot off the back of the defender. Now, I damage the tracks but don't cripple him, so he's not stuck in the open, and he actually manages to get his tank turned around. So now he's facing his frontal armour to the people closing in on him, which is probably a better situation for the defender to be than the previous one where he had his back turned to us. So, can I advance? Oh, well, okay, that's going to keep me quiet for the rest, but we haven't done too badly. We have over 2,000 damage done. We have nearly 2,000 damage, assistance damage done. So we snap another shot off, pull back into cover, wait for the reload, and the defender's the only tank left. And at this point, well, he's not looking at me, but I have allied tanks now between myself and the defender, and you know, I wasn't probably likely to get a hit anyway. Not with the defender's best armor facing this way. The TVP, it's got a decent penetration on the guns, but they're not generally good enough to take on tough tanks on the front. Although I could have switched to premium, I suppose. But what was the point at this stage of the game? So we got our fire for effect, we got a scout ribbon, first class mastery. We have, I think we've had the first mark of excellence for quite a while. And that's it for today. The TVP VTU. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press like, comment, share. Really helps the channel out. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.